During the spring of 2018, I embarked on a 3-month journey with RTX MTB, a youth mountain biking team from Cheshire, Connecticut. Much to my surprise, the end result really wasn't about mountain biking. It wasn't about any particular organization or single person either. It's really about kids having fun riding bikes with other kids, and all the unspoken life lessons that are learned in the process.
It's about the journey and how you're building to whatever level you're going to be. I just want them to always feel stronger, get a little faster, get a little confident. That's really just more confident is what we want. Understanding their own ability to direct their power and their life. At the beginning of the season, everybody's at a different place. The more advanced riders can just kind of jump in and go for it. There's not too much of an issue there, but the riders who don't ride all year and maybe aren't on another team, they might be a little less solid fitness-wise, definitely skill-wise. They may have forgotten a few things. So one of the things I do is I just try to run them through some basic drills, or in the case of going to Rockland, we have the skills park so I can kind of see where everybody's kind of at. But I try to get a sense of where the kids are and talk to each kid too. In the first practice or two, it's really about me connecting with the kids and getting a sense of where they're feeling. At the end of one practice, you can see change. Just comfort levels really rise. They remember why it's fun to go off a little jump, or they remember how awful it is to climb up a hill and be panting and be miserable. But when we get back to the parking lot, everybody's happy. Everybody had a good ride. Everybody feels like they survived. Always the challenge of the first few practices. One of the races we do is the West Rock Super Prestige. It's a great series of races. This past season it was 5 races. During one of our practices we had the opportunity to go and ride the whole course and session some of the trickier sections of the course. I love doing that because you always will have advanced kids who kind of already know how to do it, or at least you can coach them right through it. The harder part is when you've got the kids who really don't have that confidence, don't have that skill set yet. You have to make the same obstacle that they're going to face in the race attainable by some method. So you have to give them tools to figure out how they're going to attack it. Should they just run up the hill? Should they ride up as far as they can, hop off, and then try to use that momentum to go up? Or do they just have to drag their bike up the hill and try not to fall and, roll down the hill? All of those things are possible and likely. So the ability to session and different things that they're going to face during a race, which is very different than riding as a group on a team, it's really helpful to kind of help them build tools to make it over things.
One of the challenges of mountain bike season is that it rains a lot. Wherever possible, John and his coaches strive to instill a sense of trail advocacy and responsibility, teaching younger riders that the trails won't be there if they ruin them, and they aren't the only ones who ride the trails. That's one of the reasons why this practice in particular was especially important for the team.
We're not going to even ride through this, we're going to walk around.
It was a great learning experience for them to see how the trails can get really damaged by people who don't ride them well, how they get wider. Wider trails are like riding on roads. That's not what mountain biking is. Mountain biking is single track. And really stay off the trails when they're really wet and can be damaged.
It's worth noting that the team had special permission to ride Rockland in these conditions. Volunteers spend countless hours building and maintaining these trails for all of our enjoyment. As a general rule of thumb, when in doubt, stay out.
Hello! Hello, secret camera!
As the season nears its end, John and his coaches decide to host an optional practice at the infamous Northern Exposure Trail. 4 miles of black diamond single track that packs a punch. Unlike the other trails the team rode this year, Northern Exposure will test the limits of what the riders have learned and stretch their skills beyond anything they've seen thus far.
You alright?
Yay!
Alright, I'm gonna get out of the way.
And it's fun to push your limits, especially when you're at a level where you feel comfortable to do that. And I think all the kids have felt a nice sense of accomplishment for doing something that was definitely not a mountain bike race. Mountain bike race tracks and courses are honestly smoother than most of the trails that we ride on. So it's good to be able to take all the skills that they used and really apply them and build on them and really just go have fun.
It feels like a less smooth version of Moab.
Nice ratchet pedal. Ho, 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 ho.
This is it, the last race of the season. No more practices, no second chances. Our team has ridden this course before.
So it was very cool for me to see our team really take all that they had learned from racing in the previous races and practicing there and really applying it at the finale. I just want the kids to finish the race. My new kids especially, I don't care where they come in. I want them to finish. It isn't about the win.
If you want to learn more about RTX MTB and youth mountain biking in Connecticut, visit ctcyclingadvancement.org. Until next time, you know what to do. Get out there and ride.